Lots of big news coming out of Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. As you guys know, this is my favorite series, and I wanted to start covering this on this channel. I do have a Metal Gear dedicated channel, but I feel like I need to introduce you guys to this because I will be streaming this and covering this extensively. And this one's going to be a recap of all the new information that we got after Tokyo Game Show. We did some coverage on Tokyo Game Show, showed you guys everything that was in there. And today we're going to dive into what the producer of Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater had to say with a bunch of key information. On top of this, by the way, I do have giveaways. We're changing the dynamics. Honestly, this is my first announcement. I have to post this up on the community section as well. But I had copies for two games that I thought were releasing this year, and both of them got delayed. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater and the Assassin's Creed Shadows. So while we're still giving away copies of that, we're going to change it up and do some giveaways in general, more so just like, this full price of a game and we'll get you the game, things like that. Instead of sticking to one game, we're going to start doing a variety of things so that you guys can have some giveaways consistently, and I can just announce winners every week, every month, holidays, and things like that to keep you going. So make sure you check the comments or the description for all those details. All right, so first thing I gotta say, man, is Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater keeps getting better and better. I was a little worried, like everybody else. We saw the news and we felt like, oh, they're just going to remake the visuals. That's kind of what the general public was thinking. And while I disagreed, there wasn't a lot of confirmed new elements that were changing outside of some features and things. But this new article and breakdown really helps understand what exactly is going to be offered. So when he was asked, and this guy's name is Noriaki, he was asked about the graphics or game design, keeping it the same. He said, well, we originally wanted to keep it the same. We just wanted to upgrade the graphics, and we thought that that was the best thing because we wanted to respect the actual art. But as we did it, we seen, and again, this is me paraphrasing in my own words, said when we seen and noticed that there was discrepancies, that the graphics weren't the only thing that we needed to upgrade, that a lot of the animations, systems, viewpoints, character animations, and aspects needed to evolve with the current hardware performances. And so it was a concern, and that's what convinced them to go ahead and remake almost all of the animations. I repeat, these are his words, right? As a result, we reworked almost all of the animations and updated many parts. For example, for the knife motions, we dug out the data from the training courses that they took to be able to learn about how knives and combat work, and they rearranged all that. Now, this is huge, and I made a video breaking that down and kind of discussing animations, and even have some visuals and comparisons on my Metal Gear channel. You're watching some comparisons here, but in that Metal Gear channel, there's a lot of details about how that works and what you can expect, and the changes that are really drastic. The next topic they got into was what are new features and fun or make the game easier. And then he talked about the difficulty drastically changes depending on your viewpoint. So for example, if you guys didn't know, there's two different versions. There's the original point of view, original game, which is called the Legacy style. And that's basically allowing you to play with the overhead view. And you're going to have to play with the original style of gameplay. But they have a new one, which the new style will allow you to have the third person camera, which is basically freedom, and it's a lot easier. And they also changed the mechanics as far as shooting and all of those things. And so he's confirming that they decided to change this drastically now because they've seen that the new style is too easy of moving with Snake while shooting and doing all of those things. So they felt like the difficulty was too easy. So they decided to adjust the difficulty to match the new style. So that way people who are playing in the new style can enjoy it. Then he confirmed that the Legacy style will have the similar difficulty that it had originally. They didn't want to tweak that one at all. because they wanted you to experience it like the original game. And I thought this was a very cool confirmation. This just exciting to say, wow, I'm going to play both versions back to back. The first one's going to be the new style because of course it's a remake. And then after that, I'll jump into this whole new project that they're doing, which I think is very cool in my opinion. And then they get into smaller details where he confirms that a lot of the gimmicks and Easter eggs are all in the game. And so this is very just a simple thing. And we've seen that already with a lot of the things like the ducks and frogs, I call them in English. Pretty easy, straightforward. And then they asked about the release date. He said, listen, this is a tough conversation to have with you, but I can say, and this is the crazy part where it really excited me, I can say that the game is fully playable right now. You can play through the whole game. So it shouldn't take several more years from now. So he's saying it shouldn't take that long. Then he also confirms that prioritizing, making sure that development of the game is finished and it doesn't betray the expectations of the players, prioritizing finishing, finalizing state before even announcing anything, which is the smartest way to go in this industry. If you announce something and you delay it, other games, then it's a problem. So yeah, too bad. But it's also good because that means they want quality over just quick releases and they care. And so that is very cool. And then they get into a little bit of confirmation with future games. Is it possible to make them? What's going on with that? He said he doesn't want to talk about it because they're still working on this game. They want to make sure that this new one gets done and that it works well on PC so it can last 20 years and everybody's happy. And then, you know, he gave examples like maybe in the future we could look into doing Metal Gear Solid or Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2, but we would have to remake a lot of the game because it's not going to work in the old mechanics of the past. And so he really detailed that. And that was very important because it's like they're not going to just put some color onto it and say, oh, it's a remake. Just like they're doing with this one, which I'm very happy to hear that they worked on all the animations and that the difficulty's different because it's true. I mean, if I ran around with the Phantom Pain mechanics in this game, Snake Eater, it'll be too easy. And now that the fact that they know that and they worked on that, tells me that they care about this game a little more than we think. And it's exciting to say the least for somebody like me. So those are kind of the key points. And again, all that information is from an interview and an article in the description if you want to see it. But super, super fun facts and details right after Tokyo Game Show. If you missed out my coverage on Tokyo Game Show, I have like crazy amounts of gameplay and a lot of key videos talking about the actual game and all the news that came out of it. And I'm going to try to do recaps here. But, you know, if you really want to get hardcore with me and hang out and enjoy Metal Gear conversations, that's the place to be, man. I've been taking time away from streaming and just making content more often. It's just a lot of work. And so I don't want to burden myself by giving all my time to streaming and not being able to make a video. So that's kind of where I've been. And I'm trying to get back in place where I have my 3 YouTube partner channels so that you guys can get consistent content, whether it's here on my variety channel or my Metal Gear channel or my NBA games channel. So feel free to show love and support. But by the way, I do have some other cool gameplay footage of Metal Gear that you can go check out right now. Go look at that and see what's going down, and also show love and support, leaving a like in the comments so that we can build that algorithm and keep it pushing out here with this content, man. Stay blessed out there. Y'all take care of yourselves. Take care of everybody around you. Be good to each other, man. I'll see y'all on the next one.